All right, I think I'm good to go. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if my audio is good. But we're gonna get started in the next 5 minutes. All right, we're gonna get ready in the next 4 minutes. I'm just making sure everything's good to go. All right, I think we're good. Welcome back, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. So this is gonna be the first stream of 2023. Basically, my whole plan and agenda is to have like a workshop within these lives. So we're gonna go over some beginner friendly stuff, some beginner material in case we have people watching that are trying to get started with trading. Of course, I know a lot of people that are already advanced have that skill set, but I'm gonna start as if I'm just starting out trading as well. So I'm gonna work with you guys. We're gonna go over the basics, retail concepts, advanced smart money concepts. And of course, we're gonna start out with the candlestick Bible. But first things first, let's go ahead and check news, see what's going on in the markets. Let me know if the music in the back is too loud. I might have to turn that down actually. How do I do that? Let's turn this down. All right, I think we should be good. Let's go ahead and check news real quick. Yesterday was a bank holiday, which is why I was not live. And of course, Monday as well. Or I'm sorry, I was live Sunday and Monday, but they were both bank holidays, as you guys can see. So this is why we're starting on Tuesday, but we don't have anything going on today. Nothing too much. We have CAD, USD, NZD, GBP, PMI, F&P, construction spending. We don't have big news. So as you guys can see, it's going to be very chill this morning. Let's check FX Street, see if we have any highlights. We got news on UJ, recovering around 130, hit 6-month lows, okay? So we can go ahead and check that out in a few minutes, see if this is accurate. Gold is definitely gonna make highs all month. I keep this up so I can explain this. Basically, gold was in some sort of trend for the past couple of weeks and a downtrend. And as soon as we had this break of structure, this is telling me it's gonna have some sort of uptrend momentum either all week or all month. And this is the higher time frames in the 4-hour. Even scaling up to the daily time frame, you guys can clearly see that we have this break of structure right here, indicating that price is gonna start moving up. So it's gonna find some common ground to find a retracement to the upside. Even going back to the 4-hour, if I wanted to show you guys this visually, you know, when we have a downtrend market, price is obviously making some lower lows and lower highs, right? But with gold, a lot of people might not see it first glance, which is why you got to look at the higher time frames. You can clearly see that price is moving down, right? But once we have this break of structure, once price kind of breaks this right here, I kind of marked it up with the zone, it's breaking these highs and it has another retracement right here. And then another confirmation that price is no longer in a downtrend is when it breaks this trend or has a nice break of structure. So this is something to visually see. And whenever you guys are trying to determine when like a trend has a break of structure, you can just draw out these lines of support and resistance and wait for that break of structure or that breakout. So usually I wait for a clean candle, which is this right here. And then I find common ground. And now we can look for pivotal points for uptrend. Very, very simple. And this is why I primarily trade gold as well. This morning it's not looking too good in terms of structure, but we might be able to find some common ground to catch a nice uptrend or a bullish move. So like having a break of structure, we can find a small move on the lower time frames if I scale down, such as the 1-hour, 30-minute. Notice how this could be our new support. We're going to see what happens because I don't really like to scale in on the lower time frames, because when you have zones marked up like this, 9 times out of 10 they won't be respected solely off of support and resistance. There has to be some sort of zone like supply or demand, a strong pivotal point where a lot of buyers are in the market, if that makes sense. Where Euro USD melted past couple of hours. This was London. We could potentially catch a reversal this morning to the upside, because whatever comes down, guys, has to come up, especially if it melts like this. There has to be some sort of retracement, okay? So as you guys can see, it's melting through our zone right now. I did mark up this nice area of supply. We also have a market gap, but as you guys can see, it is melting down. If we have a closure below this zone, then I'm gonna look for the next one. But as you guys can see, this candle is still fluctuating, so we could possibly come back into this range. So we're gonna give it another like 15 minutes or so and come back to Euro USD. Also, checking the RSI, price is clearly oversold. So whenever you guys have an like, what do I call this? Whenever price shoots down like this, if you check your RSI, usually it's going to tell you if it's oversold. And this just adds another confirmation to catch a reversal point. If it decides to reverse this morning, then we can go for that as well. That price is going to come back into our range, okay? GU, currently in a trade right now. This was same concept in Euro USD. So price was oversold. We also have a market gap. If I do this right here and this right here, you guys can clearly see that price is forming a gap, right? This is probably the easiest way to find setups as well. Wait for markets to form gaps. And then what I do, I simply just check my RSI to see if it's accurate, if price is oversold enough at that market gap to find some sort of reversal, a bullish reversal. So even looking back here, guys, let's say if I didn't have this line, let's say if I didn't have this marked up, even coming back here before we have all this bullish traffic, I can mark up this zone of supply and just stretch it out. And notice how we have a touch right here that adds a confirmation, or it confirms that this zone is strong enough to hold. And then price does its thing, it comes to this range and finally comes back down here, forms this gap. But because we had this touch, it lets me know that this zone is strong enough to hold. So this is probably the easiest concept that I usually trade off of, just market gaps and finding strong areas after I have a confirmation that it's a strong zone. So this is why I was confident enough to hop in this trade. Nice 1 to 2. Stop loss is in this zone, which might be an issue, but as you guys can see, price is pushing up, so we're good. One thing I'm gonna do this year is track all of my trades that are live. The only things I've been doing so far is just tracking trades from FTMO, but every live I'm gonna track every trade that I take before or during the live. So. Let me go ahead and send this to Discord as well in case we have a re-entry. I think that music is too loud. Give me 1 second, guys. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. Hopefully you guys were able to hear all that. Okay, but back to what I was saying. Sometimes when you guys join the lives, like let's say if I caught a trade before I called it out live, there's still a chance for price to come back to that entry point for you to hop into that move as well. So I might count this as a live since I did hop in literally 5 minutes before I hit the live button, but we'll see what happens. I'll see what happens too. And then Euro, JPY, pretty much the same concept. We have this nice market gap. I can go and scale it on the higher time frames. If you guys notice on the 4 hour, we have a touch right here, right? Price is doing its thing and then comes back forming this gap right here, okay? So whenever you have a market gap, 9 times out of 10, price likes to respect those gaps because it indicates some sort of support, okay? So we're gonna see what happens in the next few minutes, but this is also a solid setup as well. We'll go ahead and send this in Discord. So we can make this a nice 1 to 2. We can make this pretty tight. We can make this around, since we are in the 4 hour, let's go in the 2 hour time frame. We can make it pretty tight. We can make it 35 and make this a nice 1 to 2 like that. Let me go and send this out real quick. Give me 1 second. This is Euro. Okay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And then let's do J. Let's copy that. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I think for these concepts that we're going over, or any type of strategy that I use on a daily basis, what I'm going to start doing, guys, is make like the short vertical form content of me explaining these strategies and showing you how it works live. So I'll screen record my phone, I guess. For example, like with the RSI, I'm going to show you how it works and how I use it for, let's say, this trade right here. combining any other retail concepts or combining price action. So you guys can visually see how I'm actually using it instead of just saying it. I think that would be helpful. Let's see. All right, actually, I'm gonna explain it right now, and then I'll clip this up later. So basically, on GU, very simple concept. In terms of price action, when you see the market form gaps like this, you can find pivotal points entering for a buy or sell, depending if price is above a certain zone or below a certain zone. In this example, if we scale in, we can clearly see that price is at this nice supply zone right here. Just simply dragging this zone out. We have a touch right here confirming that this zone is strong enough to hold. Price comes back. And what I'm doing right here, after seeing this market gap, I'm simply going to my MetaTrader 5 app. I'm going to the RSI indicator, and I'm trying to see if price is oversold. So it gives me the confidence knowing that price is eventually going to push up. So I entered in after I noticed that our price was at this gap. And then I checked my phone and I saw that price was also oversold. So we entered in for a nice 1 to 2, and we are now in profit. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's check Euro JPY. So this was a trade I just sent out in Discord. Currently running a profit as well. If you guys want to hop in, you can. But of course, I'm gonna put this out here like I do in every stream. My streams aren't just for hopping in trades and catching these setups. Primarily just gonna be for education, me explaining concepts, answering questions, and going over things that people don't really understand. But of course, as I take the trades, everything will be recorded. It should be up there on the display as well for the week. So far, we have 2 trades, and we're gonna see what happens this morning. If it's a hit or miss, I'm still gonna do breakdown videos. I'll send them in the Discord, and of course, I'll send out these concepts on Instagram as well, like the one I just went over. Let me go ahead and I'll just. All right, there we go. And then usually I put one more. What I'll do is this. I'll change this to max drawdown. Okay, cool. So what I just did there, guys, I was just placing alerts. This is definitely something you should be doing so you're not addicted to the charts 24/7. I can literally put alerts on in the mornings and then like go make breakfast or something and not have to worry about the trade that I just hopped in, because this is going to notify me, guys. So that's that on Euro JPY. So far we're in 2 trades. We have GU and we have Euro JPY. I did hop in this trade a few minutes before the stream, so I do apologize. But again, if this decides to come back to our entry as price is fluctuating, feel free to hop in. And what I'll do, I might just count this for the stream personally, as I am documenting and recording everything for the year. But y'all just let me know how y'all feel about that. If it should only be the trades that you visually see, or should it be any type of trades that I hop in for the time frame 6 a.m., 8 a.m. period, as it is New York session. So all right, so I was just talking about this a few minutes ago. This is what stomps a lot of traders. So notice how price, it was pretty much fluctuating through this zone, right? A lot of traders probably would have closed their positions, or they would say that, oh, this isn't a valid supply zone because price is, wicking through. But notice how candle didn't close below this zone. It was just fluctuating, guys, and then it came back in. So what we like to call this right here is a fake out. And then going the higher time frames, you can clearly see that price just wicked out all of that. So it probably just grabbed a lot of orders. People are buying at this area, and a lot of investors right here, this is where they get you. Hits your stop loss and then goes right back into profits. Usually what I do, I wait for the next time interval, usually an hour. So the next 10 minutes, we're gonna look back at Euro USD and try to find a setup, because price simply just had a fake out and now it's coming back in our range. So we're gonna go ahead and highlight that actually. Okay, cool, it's already highlighted. Next 10 minutes, we're gonna come back to Euro USD. We're gonna find a few more setups, and then we're gonna start this class, this free session, I guess. And today is gonna be, today's focus is gonna be candlesticks, as I am kind of talking about them already, such as this wick right here. So we're gonna see what happens in the next 10 minutes, and then we're gonna get to it. Let me go ahead and update Discord real quick. Can I post it? Euro USD. Okay, cool. All right, so today's the 3rd. What time is it? 6:40. Right now, I'm just recording everything on my Excel sheet. But you guys can go ahead and ask questions if you have any questions, and then we're gonna check back in the next 7-ish minutes on Euro USD. So give me 1 second, guys. There we go, 5, take profit. 8 point. Okay. Lot size. No. And alrighty. What time is it? Okay, so we have like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna check Euro USD. You guys have any questions, you can ask them. One of my goals this year as well, I didn't explain this on Monday, but as you guys can see, for those of you that are watching this after the stream, not too many people hop in these lives, of course, because I'm starting fresh, but one of my goals is to form a team of moderators to make my life easier, so I don't have to spend 5 and 10 minutes checking up on Discord, sending signals to my services, so I can just focus on these lives, because it does take up a lot of time. So that's one of my goals. And just to really build a stronger community in Discord, make sure it's active all year with people that really want to take this to the next level. So one thing I learned, once you become a serious trader, like I feel like there's levels to it. As you get more serious, you realize all you need is yourself, and it's kind of like you get into this bubble of just doing everything on your own and just focusing on your own results. And I feel like that's kind of where the stage I'm at right now, which is why I was kind of silent and off the grid for the last couple of months, because I've just been focusing on my own growth and results. But coming back, I think one of my challenges is trying to form a community of serious traders, because serious traders usually don't do any of this stuff. They just trade. They're not on YouTube or anything. They don't need any of that stuff. They just trade. And that's kind of like where I'm trying to balance my life right now. It's like, do I really want to do this right now? Do I really want to be a service to all, or do I just want to be a service to myself? Oh, let me go ahead and update this though. Let's see. So we got GBP. What is that? All right. USD. And we got Euro. What is this? JPY. This is 70 pips. And then GU, this is we can round out to 40. Let's see how that looks real quick. Okay. So we have about 2 more minutes, and we're gonna go ahead and check Euro USD. Find a few more setups in case you guys missed any, and then we're gonna start this class. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It seems like GJ has been going down lately in the past couple of days. Hey man, loving the content. You passed phase 2 challenge. Phase 2 update will be posted this week, or this weekend. So video should be dropping Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Right now I am focusing on better content though. I have a video coming out either Wednesday or Friday, doing more cinematic day in the life stuff. But your answer, Steez, will be answered, or your question would be answered this weekend. Did you watch phase 1? Oli, bro, the video you did really inspired me. Wishing the best. Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. I kind of explained this earlier. One of my big goals is to form a team, you know, really get connected with people, find myself a community, not just for myself, but for everyone else, and just take it to the next level. I really want this to be a resource for beginner traders because I kind of reflect on when I started. So I'm gonna do master classes throughout these lives and, you know, go over the basics so people just have a resource to look on, you know. And then what I said earlier as well, you can tell me if you agree or disagree, but I feel like as you start to level up in this industry and get more serious, especially with the phase I'm in right now, you know, just taking it to the next level, I feel like a lot of traders kind of just go ghost, and you don't really need all these resources. You don't need to do YouTube, Instagram. So it's kind of hard to find those serious traders because you realize once you get to that point, you don't need to do any of this stuff. And that's like what I'm trying to balance. I'm like asking myself in the mornings, do I really want to do this? Or do I just want to be independent and just trade on my own? Because I'm at the point where I really can just trade on my own. But at the same time, I do want to grow community, you know? That's why, that's like this whole year I'm trying to experiment if I really want to do this. So I'm going to do it all year. After this year, I'm going to reflect, see if it was worth it. Yeah, phase 1 is really a great watch. You showed the entire process from, yeah, man. I made a lot of mistakes in phase 1. I'm going to make a lot of videos. I'm going to clip it up. But as you can tell, I have the technical analysis. I have the skill set. But at the end of the day, it comes down to psychology. So I was watching the documentary of my friend who's interested in trading, and he pointed out that I made a lot of mistakes in terms of psychology because of the things that I teach in my videos. You know, when it comes to having patience, when it comes to sticking to your bias, there are parts in the video where I'd be like, all right, I'm going to take these positions because the market's not your friend, or there'll be some parts in the video where I would risk over 1% because I got greedy. That's just what it is. You know, being in college and me seeing all these other people, you know, get funded, I'm in my head thinking, why do I want to risk 1% when I can beat it right now, you know? And it gets to you. It really does. So the fact that I took it and I'm seeing how it actually works is amazing. But for anyone that wants to take FTMO, they think it's really hard. It's really not. It's just psychology. Everyone can get funded, learn the skill set first, back test, and then work on your psychology. Because that's, at the end of the day, that's how they get you. It's the psychology part, guys. It's not the skill set, I promise you. It's the mindset. All right, TP1 hit, Euro JPY. If you guys took this setup, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure I did call this during the stream as well. So TP1, that's around what? That's 35 pips. I'm gonna go ahead and break even on my phone. I'm gonna add this to the Excel sheet in a second. But you guys should be in profit. If you guys don't know the break even, just let me know. I'll show you how I do it. But you should be in profit if you took this trade. Let me go ahead and move my stop loss to entry. And again, guys, I do want to apologize if I tend to be a bit slow starting out these streams. Please be aware that I am doing this all on my own. I don't have a team. I don't have moderators to send out these alerts in my services, Discord. So it takes me a minute to really get back to the charts after stuff like this happens. Just give me a second. Yeah, it was very what's the word? Eye-opening, because I feel like a lot of mentors, you know, you get cocky sometimes, and especially after phase one, oh my gosh, I was super cocky because, you know, phase one being the hardest, that 10% is not always guaranteed, because sometimes you don't have to go for 10% 24/7, you know. Especially after you get funded, 10% isn't the goal. You just make your profit. So a lot of people, they push that 10%, they're trying to rush it. But after you beat phase one, I promise you guys, if you're able to beat phase one, you can get funded. If you beat phase one, there's no question to it. FTMO is not a challenge of you being able to hit that profit goal. It's a challenge of you being able to stick to your system and have discipline. And through the video, I'm gonna be completely honest, I'll talk about it when I drop phase two. I did not stick to my system. As you can tell, I was going over 1%, and if I pop up my Excel sheet, I don't think it's going to be able to display on the screen. But basically, you can clearly see that I was on a bullish trend. You know, my statistics, I was on a bullish trend. But there are some days where I was trying to rush the process because I saw some solid setups, and you know, I had Christmas break coming up. I had all these ideas in my head that I wanted to, you know, tell my parents and tell my friends that I passed it, you know, at the Thanksgiving table, not Christmas, I'm sorry. But it's like, as a college student as well, this is why I was able to, you know, or not able to, that's not the word. This is why I really wanted to document it, is because a lot of people in college as well, they rush things because there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of external pressure, you know, of you wanting to, you know, do your own thing and not really follow the system, of you getting your degree and just finding a job. A lot of people do not want to do that nowadays. They just want to find a source of income and stick with that. So me having the skill set, some days I was rushing the process. You know, I'm thinking about going to class, and it's like, damn. It's definitely hard looking at people and seeing them killing it, but you just got to focus on your own growth. Yeah, man. One of the things that I did, and I can confidently say this is one of the reasons why I was able to pass the challenge and be confident enough to take it, is because I deleted Instagram and I was not looking at anybody's stories, because you looking at other people's success is gonna get you greedy. You know, it's gonna force you to do things you don't really intend on doing, because you're comparing your results with other people. So I've tried to help people as well. There have been some people in this industry that I look at and I can tell they're struggling, and I've tried to give them some advice, you know, reflecting on my experience, because, you know, I was able to take a break, go off Instagram, and come back 10 times harder. You know, you can look at my videos, you can look at my live streams. FTMO could be proof as well that my whole mind shifted. You know, I was always on Instagram. I was showing my lives. I was showing my screenshots. I stopped doing all of that. I just started focusing on my own results, and it pays off. I'm telling you. So if you guys, for those of you that are watching this after the live, and you're thinking about getting funded, you're thinking about FTMO, do it. But don't rush it. Be strategic, have a system, and take the challenge at a time where the market isn't as choppy. So Q4, September, or you can take it now, Q1. So January to March would be a good time, as the markets tend to be somewhat okay. You know, after December, it's kind of choppy after New Year's, but mid-January to to the end or the beginning of April should be good. And then if you don't take it then, wait till September. And I promise you guys, you will be a funded trader. So being funded isn't really a question. The question is, are you disciplined enough to handle that account? You know, because it's no difference. You know, if you have an account right now, if you're trading off your own capital and you're not seeing any growth in percent wise, then what makes you think you're going to be successful as a funded trader? You guys have to remember as well, after you get funded, it's going to be rinse and repeat. It's not like this challenge is just going to be a challenge for one phase of your life. You get funded, and that's literally your life now. You have to keep on trading. You know, it's a job, it's a business. So yeah, that video should be out sometime this weekend. Day in the life coming out. I'm gonna try to push it out Friday, and then the FTMO phase 2 coming out Sunday. But you guys have to be patient with me, honestly. Again, I'm doing all this by myself. I'm in the process of forming a team, so I have time to work on other content. As you guys know, I have several channels that I'm working on this year. I'm getting back to Undercover Ace. I was talking to a buddy of mine yesterday. Not really gonna push the whole exposing traders. I don't find any pride in doing that, because I know what it's like, because I started out in IML Academy, to be honest with you guys. But I'm slowly just collecting badges, honestly. All year I'm just collecting badges. Yeah, man, you're right. You got to be able to continue to manage risk and let your edge play out. A lot of people get funded and lose. Yep, 100%. But I think it's good to lose sometimes. Because if you don't lose, you won't be able to know how to win. You got to learn from your losses sometimes. But have a backup. I would say the biggest mistake when it comes to FTMO traders, they just take FTMO and they just rely on that, and they keep on taking it and taking it. You know, notice how I trade my own capital, guys. I have my own capital to trade with. I don't need to be a funded trader necessarily, but I'm doing it because I want to. But a lot of people don't have anything to fall back on, which is why, you know, it causes a lot of mental health issues. You know, you guys have seen it. I'm not saying names at all, but you guys have seen certain traders on Instagram. You can clearly see something's wrong with them. You have no shame in losses. Just got to improve and come back stronger. 100%, bro. 100%. You know, the market is not going anywhere. I'm telling you guys. I usually take 3 months breaks. I've done it twice already. During the summer, I'm not on Instagram, and then I come back, and you guys can clearly see the difference in my tone, in the way I'm trading, the quality of videos, et cetera, et cetera. Oh, let's check. I'm sorry, I was talking way too much. Okay, boom. So this is awesome. So notice how price is continuing to melt still. We still don't have a closure. I'm not gonna call this a closure yet, but we can wait for the next 3 minutes. But if price decides to come back into this range, we can call this a fake out. Happens all the time, guys. If not, we're gonna look for the next area or viable zone of supply. It's that simple, guys. Price melts through a zone. It's not because you have a bad analysis, because price is going to a more significant area, okay? GU still in profit. And then EJ, we're about to hit TP2. So I called this out at around, let me check my sheet, hold on. This was, do I have the time up? This was at 6:40, so this was during the live. You guys caught this trade, that's awesome. I'm not sure if you guys can see my Excel sheet because it's on a different monitor, but I'm telling you guys, this is probably one of the best trading journals I've made so far. I might make a video on how to make a trading journal, because I definitely advise you guys should document your trades. I started doing it with FTMO, and I'm telling you, it is so helpful. Oh my gosh. Because not only do you track your trades, but you can review them. The way I have my journal set up, I like paste the link so that I can review my trades on the weekend to see what I need to improve on. Hey bro, I appreciate you. Have a good morning, Steez. I'm gonna be live Monday to Thursday. Appreciate you, my boy. All right, we're gonna give it another 15 minutes. I don't want to miss out on this class that I want to go over, because like I said, guys, this whole year, what I'm gonna do is divide the trading into classes, so that the people that are paying for any services, if they miss my lives, I'll just clip it up and post what we went over on the live. I think that's pretty fair. So not only am I rewarding the people that are coming to my lives, waking up and actually coming to these live streams, but I'm also rewarding the people that are paying for services. And I just realized my chat is over my face. I'm sorry, guys. Let me fix that real quick. My apologies. New chat. Let's push it down here. Okay, my face should not be covered now. I do apologize. This is how you know I definitely need some moderators. Live every, yeah, so this was a late stream. But if it's not 6 a.m., it's going to be 6:30. Oh, I'm sorry. If it's not 6 a.m., it's going to be 6:15. So I'm only going to be 15 minutes late to my streams if I miss 6 o'clock. Usually I'm just getting everything ready, or I'm on the charts analyzing the trades before, so I can talk about any type of setups and have that going for when I'm live. But these usually will go till 8 o'clock a.m. If we have a news event, if we have like NFP Friday, then I'll go longer for to like 9:30. Of course, we have the opening. If people trade any indices such as US 30, I'll stay longer. But these will go for around 1 hour and 30 minutes to 2 hour streams. Okay. If you're in the Discord, you should be notified. There's a button that you can click in the rules section. Once you click that button, it will send you to the channel that notifies you every time I go live, so you don't miss out. Euro JPY, you about to hit TP2. This is about a 70 pip trade. If you guys are in profit, go ahead and break even. Simply just move your stop loss to entry like this, and you should be good to go. And then you can move your alert if you had an alert to entry, and just name it closed. What can I name this? Hit entry, I guess. That's what I usually do. But you guys should be in profit. This is a 70 pip trade. One thing that you guys will notice about my trading style, all year, I'm not gonna look for 10 to 20 pip setups. I don't trade on the 5 minutes. You'll notice that I primarily use the 2 hour time frame, and I scale up so we can look for swings. I usually like to trade during a session. So I like my trades to hold for around 1 to 2 hours. So this being New York session 6 to 8, I like to find trades that will end after the session ends so that we can all find good setups. 70 pips. If you like doing micro trades, 10 to 20 pips, you should have one trade and be good for the week. And then on gold, we try to look for 100 pip moves or more, which is why I'm kind of not looking at it right now, because gold is kind of doing its own thing. It's fluctuating, but overall, we're looking at a bullish trend all week because we had this nice break of structure, okay? Euro USD is melting through this zone. Again, we're gonna look for another viable zone if it does decide to continue to melt. But as you guys can see, it's kind of struggling at this zone, indicating some sort of fake out. So price decides to close above the next interval would be 7:30. We'll wait until 7:30. We don't find a setup, we'll start the 30-minute class, and then we're gonna wrap up this live. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them. If not, we'll just wait it out. Also, There's only 4 people in this stream, but the people that watch this video, if you would like to be a moderator or help me with my lives all year, please reach out to me on Discord or at Instagram at Smart Money Ace. I would love to work with you so we can run it up all year. All you have to do is just moderate, make sure my streams are good, make sure everything's good to go, audio, everything else, and then we're Gucci. But you have to be consistent, as I'm going to be consistent Monday through Thursday. So you have to wake up, you have to be on the charts with me. We got to be working all year. So matter of fact, what I'm gonna do is place a I'm gonna place a buy what's it called, a buy stop. Let's do it like this. So what I like to do in terms of my take profit, I look at the last low. After we have this breaker structure, right? We have all this bearish traffic, hits this zone, price might fake out and come back into our range. I look at the last low, okay? So we can make this a nice 34 pips. It's not too bad. And then what I like to do is just make this 1-to-1 or 1-to-2. Let's go ahead and make it a 1-to-2. Like that. And we actually could place a sell stop right here. So this could be another potential setup. I'm gonna send this to my Discord real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. This is not a sell stop, I'm sorry, a buy stop. Sometimes I get confused. Buy stop university. I need to send this to damn. And that's the thing, guys, like after I place a trade, you have to understand that I have to send it to all these other chats. So it is time consuming. So I do apologize if I send it a trade, or if I'm executing a trade, I'm kind of silent. It's because I'm trying to focus on 3 things at once, which is why I need some moderators. Let's see. Let me focus real quick. All right, give me 1 second, guys. All right, I think I should be good. Just trying to make sure I'm sending this to my chat. 1 second, guys. Okay, cool. Let's see. Yes, sir. Up to yes, sir. Up to so far, everything is good, and I'm in. You're in for what? Oh, let me send this in Discord. My bad. Euro pairs. Paste this. Let's see. All right, so I'm about to place a sell stop on Euro USD. Let's see what EJ is looking like. All right, so EJ is still in profit, which is awesome. I'm just gonna hold that since we are at a break-even point. We called a trade on GU as well. GU is in profit. We're about to hit TP2, which is awesome, which will be a total of 40 pips. So if these two trades hit this morning, that will be a total of 110 pips, guys. This is awesome. We're already starting good. Again, you guys probably missed this. You guys can watch the whole live again as I talked about it. I'm gonna post a clip on Instagram talking about the method that I use for this one. Simply just using market gaps and the indicator that I use. But if you guys hopped in EJ, you guys should be in profit. So hopefully you guys were able to make some money this morning for the ones that tapped in. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'm sorry I can't talk this morning, but so far this is a good morning. Oh, last setup, buy stop. You guys missed any setups this morning? You want to potentially catch one? I'm gonna place a buy stop on Euro USD. Okay, this will be my last trade. So this is Euro USD. Here are the coordinates, by the way. If you guys have any questions, just ask. Five three. I have to learn how to connect my trading software to my PC. That's one thing I got to learn how to do. I tried to do it before, but I was still kind of confused. So I only just trade mobily, guys. I've been trading mobily on my phone, but it does take some time because that's like multitasking, you know? But I know there's a way to just do it on your PC where I just have to click a button and I can literally just do it from this monitor instead of having to use my phone 24/7 or my iPad. So we're gonna try to get that situated by this month. But for now, I'm just gonna trade on my phone. 21. All right, let's go ahead and place that alert there so I know. What is this? 5381. Next 4 minutes, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna get off the charts and start this 30-minute class. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. But then, again, this is my last setup. I'm gonna update it on Discord so you guys can see on the display. But if you guys wanna hop in this trade, feel free to. I can go over the analysis in a second once I place this alert. But you should be in profit from the two trades that I already placed. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? See, I can't even focus. God damn. What is this? Activated, right? Yeah. My mind is all over the place. I promise you. Activated. So that's an entry, and then we can place our break-even point at the. What is this? 17 pips. We can place it at the 18 pip mark. So I just go for my entry like this. Wait until I see 18. And I take this number to the right. Go to my alerts. Copy that number. What is that? 5562, right? And I'm simply just gonna name this TP1 parentheses BE. So I know once we hit that mark, we're gonna move our stop loss or entry so that we can't lose any money. And if I want to, I can just place one more alert in case I'm making breakfast. I'm out on my charts, just to know if price hit TP2 as well. So what is this? TP smacked. I either do TP2 hit or I just do TP smacked like that. All right, so price is coming back into this range. We had a nice fake out. This was a nice analysis and review, as I was explaining that sometimes you guys will have fakes out. You guys will have fake outs, and it stomps a lot of traders because what happens, they get confident with supply and demand, they place their trade, and once they see price fluctuating out of that zone, they take their trade out, and then once it gets back into profit, boom, you missed out. So you got to be patient and wait for an opening or closure, okay? And we'll go over some of that this week as well, talking about prices, the open, the close, all that good stuff. But I just placed my buy stop. We're near entry. It's about to get activated. So if you guys want to hop in, feel free to. And I'll go over the analysis in a second. But basically, I just did the same thing with Euro and GU. I was using market gaps and I was looking at the RSI. So boom, Euro USD just activated. Let's go ahead and place one more alert since we are in this trade now. And we can name this stop loss hit or max drawdown. Usually I just do max drawdown so I know if I'm about to get stomped out. So we can go like this, max drawdown, right? In case I do want to hop out. And what I do, guys, I just place it like 5 pips before my stop loss. So we can just take this tool right here. We can go up 5 pips like that. And we're simply just going to drag this dotted line right here. And now we're good. Let me go ahead and update. Let me go ahead and update OBS. Join Discord and supporting you all year through and to be consistent on. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I'm going to be consistent regardless. But if you want to help with anything, feel free to, and we can work together on any aspect of my lives. Cause I need some moderators, guys. I'm not going to lie. Doing this by myself is very difficult, but if you're consistent and I see you're consistent in my chat, I'm definitely going to be willing to work with whoever. But I have to see that you guys are consistent too. I've tried to work with so many people in this industry already, and it just didn't work out. Let's see. Let's update this real quick. So live trades, we took 3 trades this morning, right? Trades taking, what is this? Trades taken, let's update this. This is Euro USD, right? Yep. This is 34 pips. 34, I'll just do that. 34 pips. I want you guys to notice something too. Notice how I only have four numbers for entries, because if I'm risking 1% for every trade and I don't want to go over 5%, or I don't want to hit that 5% mark, my max will be 4%. If I'm ever going to go above and beyond 1%, my max will be 4%. Am I risking 4%? Am I risking 3% this morning? No. But if I were to, I'm not going to be able to go over that 4 mark of risk, if that makes sense. Sometimes I say things and they don't even make sense to myself. But what I mean is I'm making sure I'm not over leveraging, okay? And I'm keeping myself accountable. So me having only 4 entries on the live will make sure I never go over 5%. If that makes sense. Because usually what happens once, oh, awesome. Beautiful. Let me go ahead and send this in the Discord. GU hit TP2. You guys took that trade. You could have or should have caught 40 pips. So I'm gonna go ahead and update this real quick. This is awesome. This was a 40 pip trade. I'll go ahead and review this later today. Let me go ahead and put a little marker next to that. Let's see how Euro JPY is looking. All right, so we're in profit still. I'm probably gonna end it here and start this class in a second. But again, if you guys are in this trade, make sure you just put your alert on. You guys should be in profit. And yeah. Did I send this in the Discord? Let me double check. Is this Euro JPY? Spy stop Euro. Okay. Let me go ahead and update this. I need to go on Telegram and let these people know. Okay, yes, I did send it. Awesome. Let me say, trade activated. Yeah, trade activated. And then we can go ahead and paste that link. All right, cool. Everything is up to date. The next 2 minutes, we're going to start this class. If you guys have any questions, you can go ahead and ask them. I'll answer any type of questions. And then I really want to get to these candlesticks and talk about them. Oh, I didn't update the, let's see. TP1 hit. Also, one thing I'm going to bring back this year is the recap videos, the flip challenges, so you guys can see how I'm trading my own capital, what it's looking like so far, along with the FTMO series. So FTMO series is going to be going on all year, and then I'll go back into doing the recap videos with my own capital, so you guys can see what I'm up to if I'm not trading FTMO or if I'm not doing live. All right, let's go ahead and start though. I think I've been doing this for too long. But first thing we're going over this week is the candlesticks. Introduction, candlesticks. How do you trade candlesticks? How do you read them? Live market examples, okay? Let's go ahead and knock this out for the next 25 minutes. So I have the candlestick Bible up right here. I have the PDF up. We're going to simply go over this, and this is primarily going to be for beginner traders. I'm going to work at a beginner level starting in January, and as the months progress, it's going to be more advanced. So by December, I want to be able to just hop on the live streams, have the people there, and then we can analyze charts together to the point where I don't have to say anything, and you guys can point out all the confirmations I have marked up. That's my goal. By the end of this year, I want you guys to be able to walk out of this industry without the help of any other groups, services. I want you to have the confidence to literally go ghost and trade on your own and be successful, okay? So that's the whole point. Okay, so let's get it. So candlesticks, why candlesticks are important to your trading analysis. Candlesticks are important to your trading analysis because it is considered as a visual representation of what is going on in the market. By looking at a candlestick, we can get valuable information about the high, open, low, and close of price, which will give us an idea about the price movement. Candlesticks are flexible. They can be used alone or in combination with technical analysis tools such as the moving averages and MO. They can be used also with methods such as down theory or elevate wave theory. So this is going to be a little irrelevant because the whole objective of a naked chart trader is to use less indicators. We don't want to use moving averages. We just want to use price action, right? But candlesticks is something that you can also use as a confirmation or confluence along with your bias. Candlesticks alone, if you don't know how to read candlesticks, then this is for you, honestly. You have to be able to understand that candlesticks form off of history and they have certain patterns that a lot of traders look at, you know? So having an understanding of how candlesticks correlate with certain areas such as support and resistance, supply and demand will give you confidence in knowing where price is gonna move next. Like we had an example on this, right? On this is Euro USD. We had a clear example of price pushing through a zone, but we had a wick, right? And then we had an opening price that was bullish or opening candle that was bullish, signifying that the sellers are losing momentum. So having the understanding of candlesticks, momentum, and price will give you a good idea and will allow you to gain more confidence with your bias, all right? So I personally use candlesticks for support, resistance, trend lines, and other technical tools. Okay, cool. Okay, so candlesticks are used by most professional traders, banks, and hedge funds. These guys trade millions of dollars every day. They can move the market whenever they want. They can take your money easily if you don't understand the game, which is very, very true. Just like I talked about, fake outs. It happens all the time. You guys don't understand price and how price moves alone just with candlesticks, you're not going to be successful. You have to understand candlesticks on different time frames as well, as they do correlate differently. Although the 1 hour time frame, or I'm sorry, we can look at the 2 hour time frame. Although the 2 hour time frame makes up 2 candles in the 1 hour, and the 4 hour time frame, etc., makes up certain other candlesticks on the lower time frames, you have to realize that certain patterns form differently on a higher time frame to give an overall perspective of the market. So if you know how to use top-down analysis and incorporate candlestick patterns, you'll be able to define the overall perspective of the market. If we have a pin bar, we have an evening star, tweezer tops, we have double bottoms, if we have wicks, if we have a shooting star, you know, those type of candlesticks will kind of guide advanced traders or people that are using these higher time frames on what the market's going to look like for that session, because you're going off of a higher perspective, a candlestick pattern that is indicating some sort of momentum for the next open. Okay, so we're going to go over some of these patterns all week, but this is going to be the introduction as we have like 20 more minutes on this live. Even if you can trade $100,000 on a trading account, you can't move the market. You can't control what's going on in the market. Using candlestick patterns will help you understand what the big boys, banks, corporations, investors, etc., are doing, and will show you when to enter, when to exit, and when to stay away from the market, which is absolutely 100%. Okay, so Japanese candlesticks are formed using the open, high, lows, and close of a chosen time frame, just like I went over. 2 hour, 1 hour, daily time frame, 5 minute, 15 minute, whatever time frame you use. This will all be in correlation of every single time frame. You know, open, close, high, open, every single candlestick is going to look the same on every single time frame. Okay, the only difference is the lower time frames don't give you a general idea of price. The higher time frames generally give you an idea of what price is going to move, or where price is going to move, given off of what it's looking like on that higher time frame. You know, if I have let's say if I have a shooting star on the 4 hour time frame, well, that shooting star could be made up of different type of candlestick patterns on lower time frames, which is why I usually preach top-down analysis. Work on your higher time frames, get that general perspective for that candlestick pattern. But all right, let's continue. So we have the upper shadow, lower shadow, and these shadows are usually just called wicks. This is what people call them now. No one says shadow anymore. That's kind of old school. We have the high, we have the close, high being the top, close being the bottom, and then on the bottom of the candle, we have the open and the low. Very, very simple. And of course, you have the real body. If the close is above the open, close being above the open, right here, we can say that the candlestick is bullish. So this is a bullish candle. The close is above that open, okay? Bullish candlesticks are always displayed as a white candlestick, which is false. It depends on what your settings are. My bullish candles are green. Depending on what you're looking at, this might look like it's blue, but this is green for me, okay? And just a quick update. Both trades are still in profit. We're close to TP1, but going back to the candlesticks, the most trading platform, most platforms I do use white candlesticks. I'm pretty sure by default your bullish candles will be white if you're using MetaTrader. But the most important part of this is the open price and close price. Make sure you guys understand that part. If the close is below the open, right? Close right here being below the open, then the market is selling, right? So that's a bearish candle. And here it's saying that the candles are black. This is the default candlestick on MetaTrader. But of course, if you change your settings, red makes the most sense to me. Red meaning sellers, red meaning sell. So this is why my bearish candles are red, okay? Let's see. You can find different colors. Okay, cool. The filled part of the candlestick is called the real body. You guys know that. The thin lines poking above are called shadows. In this case, we like to call them wicks. The top of the upper shadow is the high. The bottom of the lower shadow is the low. Okay. And then of course, candlesticks have different body sizes. Now this part is kind of important, okay? Because long bodies refer to strong buying or selling pressure. So the thicker the candlestick, the more volatile that means, okay? Or the more liquid that holds. So if we go on the chart, and notice how I like to use this concept of traffic. You know, we have this nice bearish move right here, right? Look at that big candlestick. This means there's a lot of pressure in the market. 9 times out of 10, you guys will see this with news. If there's a big impact on news, 9 times out of 10, that pair will be very volatile for that announcement, and it will signify a big body, either if it's bullish or bearish. So in this example, we have this nice bearish candle, which signifies a lot of selling pressure. Okay. If there is a candlestick in which the close is above the open for long body, this indicates that buyers are strong and they're taking control of the market during this time. And then vice versa, you guys see a small body. Yeah, go ahead and ask questions. If I talk too fast, I do apologize. I'm just trying to get through this before 8 o'clock. But you guys have any questions, ask away. And the short bodies usually indicate less volume, okay? And it says it right here as well. Short and small bodies indicate a little buying or selling activity. The upper and lower shadows give us important information about the trading session. Upper shadows signify the session high. Lower shadows signify the session low. Candlesticks with low shadows show that trading action occurred well past the open and close. Okay, so this part right here, I'm going to kind of explain it in my own terms. This is a pin bar in shooting star, okay? This is one of the candlestick patterns we'll go over this week. But whenever you guys see a long wick off of a zone, support, resistance, that means whatever candlestick that is forming, if it's bullish or bearish, they are losing momentum in the market. If there's a long wick, that means price is either an indecision or there's going to be a reversal in the market, okay? On GU, great example. I keep on saying GU, I'm sorry guys. On Euro USD, great example. We have this wick right here. I highlighted it so we can talk about it. Notice how price was melting into the zone, but we have this bearish wick. And then what's the next open? A bullish candle. What does that mean? It means the sellers were losing momentum. You can clearly see this wick right here. And then the next open is a nice bullish candle. So the sellers were losing momentum. People took advantage, hopped in, and rode that candle up. So you guys have to pay attention to these candlestick patterns at a significant zone. If it's supply, if it's demand, if it's support, resistance, if it's trend lines, pay attention to what the candlestick is doing on the higher time frame you're trading with. So because I'm on the 1 hour time frame, right, I can clearly see price losing momentum. Okay, let's scale in. Let's see what's happening on the lower time frames. Look, there's more wicks. You can see clearly there's a bearish wick right here before we have these next candles pushing up. So once you have that over a perspective on your higher time frames, and you see that candlestick, let's say on the 1 hour, scale in and ask yourself, does this make sense? Is price actually losing momentum? Okay, let me see. Let me go in the 30 minute. Okay, cool. There's another wick. Let me go in the 15 minute. Okay, cool. Price is clearly bouncing off of this micro support. Does that make sense? So pay attention to the wicks, or in this case, they're calling it shadows. Japanese candlestick with short shadows indicate that the most trading action was confined, either open and close. If a candlestick has a longer upper shadow and a short lower shadow, this means the buyers flex their muscles and bid a price higher. But for one reason or another, sellers came and drove. Okay, so this is basically explaining what I just went over. They're losing momentum. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and read some of this. Candlestick patterns are one of the most powerful trading concepts. They're simple, easy to identify, and very profitable setups, which is very true. Candlesticks are by far the easiest concepts to look at when it comes to price action. It's very, very simple. You just have to know how to correlate candlestick patterns with your technical analysis, okay? Because the more confirmations, the better. Trading is just about high probability, guys. The more probability you have in a setup, the more probability that trade is going to go in profit. We have a nice example right here on Euro USD. And then we also have an example on Euro JPY as well. Okay, so he just goes on and says that he's been trading this for over 20 years. Just a introduction. If you can get the skill, you'll be ready to understand and master the trading strategy. Okay, cool. All right, so we can go over like, we'll go over 2 candlestick patterns for now, and then I'll wrap up this live. Okay, so starting out, this is probably the easiest one, probably the most underrated, in my opinion. We have the engulfing candlesticks. The engulfing bar, as it states, is in the title. It's formed when it fully engulfs the previous candle. Very, very simple, guys. The engulfing bar can engulf more than one previous candle, but to be considered an engulfing bar, at least one candle must be fully consumed. The bearish engulfing is one of the most important candlestick patterns. This candlestick pattern consists of 2 bodies. The first body is smaller than the second one. In other words, the second body engulfs the previous one. So usually you guys will see this at a reversal point in the market when price or sellers are starting to take control. So in this example, we have this nice bullish small body. The next opening price, right? Opening price, we learned the opening and closing engulfs that previous one. So in this example, that bearish candle is engulfing this smaller body. Does that make sense? Why it's called the engulfing candlestick pattern, because it engulfs the previous candle. So whenever you guys see this in the market, you know, let's say, let's just find a random example. Let's see. Let's go to the 2 hour. Okay, cool. So let's say you guys are trading Fibonacci, you know, and you're trying to look for that nice pivotal retracement. You're in a clear downtrend market. And you're trying to see what's the best point to enter in on that 50% level, the golden zone. Simply look at the open of that next candle. Is it engulfing this previous one? So right here, if we were trading like fibs, let's say we're trying to catch this continuation and we're at this point right here. Well, notice how this bearish candle is engulfing this previous bullish one, right? Price is moving up and then the next open is that bearish candle. Then that would be a valid reason to hop in off of this candlestick pattern, because you're asking yourself, is it engulfing the previous one? Which it is. This bearish candle is engulfing this previous bullish one. So it's that simple. But don't just trade these candlesticks alone. Like, don't just trade the bearish engulfing bar alone as a single pattern that you want to focus on. Add that to another confluence. So notice how I said fib. If you're trading Fibonacci and you notice a bearish engulfing bar at that 50% level, then that can be incorporated as a confluence, okay? And then the next one is vice versa. So before we talk about the bullish engulfing, is just saying in case of a bearish engulfing bar, this pattern tells us that sellers are in control of the market. Yep. When this pattern occurs at the end of an uptrend, this indicates that buyers are engulfed by sellers, which signals a trend reversal. Yep. And then here is just showing another example. Notice how this example looks similar to the one I just showed on TradingView. This candlestick is simply just engulfing this previous bullish one, and then price melts. As you can see, when this price action pattern occurs in an uptrend, we can anticipate a trend reversal because the buyers are still not in control of the market and sellers are trying to push the market to go down. You can't trade any bearish candlestick pattern you find on your chart, which is what I just said, 100%. Don't just trade these bearish candlestick patterns, all right, and say that, oh, well, it's a candlestick pattern, so it has to be in profit now. No, it doesn't work like that. These candlestick patterns have to go along with something else, guys. It just adds more of a high probability setup, okay? We will talk about this in details in the next couple of chapters. Right now, I just want you to open your charts and try to identify all bearish candlestick patterns. Yeah, and after these lives as well, after we go over these little sessions, you know, after these lives end, feel free to hop on TradingView and backtest any type of concept I went over, okay? And if you have any questions, the next live, you guys can ask them. Bullish engulfing bar, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up real quick. It's literally vice versa. It's when a bullish bar is engulfing the previous bearish one. So you guys will usually see this at the end of a downtrend, signifying a bullish reversal pattern, okay? The bullish engulfing bar pattern tells us that the market is no longer under control of the sellers, meaning the sellers are losing momentum, right? And the buyers are taking control of the market. When a bullish engulfing candlestick forms in the context of an uptrend, it indicates a continuation signal. When a bullish engulfing candle forms at the end of a downtrend, the reversal is much powerful as it represents a capitulation bottom. I think I said that right. See the example below. So here is showing you at the end of a downtrend, it's more powerful because it's signifying that the sellers are losing momentum and the buyers are taking control. Okay, the smaller body that represents the selling power was covered by the second body that represents the buying power. The color of the body is not important. What's important is that the smaller one is totally engulfed by the second candlestick. Okay. One tip as well, when you guys are trading these candlesticks, you want to try to find them at nice pivotal points of support and resistance, because that also adds another confluence to your bias. All right. So bullish engulfing, literally just vice versa, guys. It could be this as well. This could count as a bullish engulfing, as this is engulfing this whole range actually, and it has a nice break of structure before it has a retracement right here, as you guys can see. But you guys can use this literally with any concept. It doesn't matter. As long as that candle is engulfing the previous one, you guys can use it as a confirmation, okay? Don't try to trade the market using this price action setup alone, because you will need other factors of confluence. Yep, I just said it. You guys need other factors of confluence with your candlestick patterns. Don't just trade these off alone. Can you? Technically, yes, you can, but it's not smart. You know, because if you lose a trade, then what? You're gonna ask yourself, what went wrong? Ain't no way I should have lost that trade. We had a bullish engulfing. You're not gonna understand the other things that are going on in the market, okay? What I want you to do now is get the skill of identifying bearish and bullish engulfing. Okay, cool. So I think I'm gonna stop it there. Tomorrow we're gonna talk about dojis, which is my favorite candlestick. I love wicks, doji candlestick, shooting star, all that. But for now, I want you guys to just review everything I talked about in this live. If you're watching this after the live, feel free to back test. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me in Discord or Instagram at Smart Money Ace. Just to recap, this morning we took 3 trades. I had GU, took this before the live. It was like 2 minutes before the live, but it was like 5 pips in profit. So if you took this trade, that's awesome. TPs were smacked. We have Euro USD, which is currently setting in profit right now at this nice zone of supply. We're gonna see what happens all morning. I will send updates in the Discord. So last trade, we have Euro JPY. TP1 was smacked. We went ahead and moved our stop loss to our break-even point. So even if this decides to come back down, we're gonna be stopped out at 0 or around 0. So the only trade we're really at risk now is Euro USD. If I lose this trade, I'll still be in profit for the morning, as I did take 2 Ws, okay? Everything should be displayed in the Discord, and not the Discord, I'm sorry. It should be displayed on the screen, and then updates will be sent in the Discord on the sections where these pairs are located. So if this is Euro, you'll see this analysis in Euro, and I'll update that trade there. Otherwise, everything will just be in the recap videos, okay? You guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. I have about 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get my morning started. Hopefully this was helpful, guys. I'm doing my best. Right now, I'm one man doing this by himself, trying to manage all these chats, Discord, Telegram. I don't have any moderators right now, and it can be kind of difficult. So please work with me, and I'll work with you. I'll save everything. Of course, you guys can watch this later. Hopefully everything makes sense. As I'm learning how to do this as a mentor, I'm learning for you guys are learning for me. So it's not gonna be the best lives starting out, but I am gonna try my best all year to make these quality live streams. Thanks for the information, bro. No problem. So we have about 4 minutes. You guys can ask any questions. I think someone had a question, but they kind of dipped. So again, we have about 4 minutes, then I'm gonna wrap up the stream. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. If you guys want me to go over a quick analysis, I can, but everything should be displayed on the screen, the trades I took. And oh, that's actually a win right there, right? I can update this actually. This is 1, this is 2, okay. Let me go and update this real quick. This is 2. Cool. We have about 3 more minutes. Because I want to ask any last questions, feel free to. Otherwise, I'm gonna wrap up the live. I hope you guys have a good morning. So I'm gonna wait 3 more minutes. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up the stream. This is a good morning, guys. Really good morning. Euro USD came back to entry. We're gonna see what happens. I'll keep this updated as I am still in this trade in Discord. GU TPs were smacked and EJ were still floating in profit. That's about it. We did not trade gold this morning. We did not trade gold, which is perfectly fine. But again, if you guys have any questions, reach out to me on Instagram at SmartMoneyAce. I will be posting today and working on some videos that I want to post this weekend. And of course, if you guys have any questions in the Discord, if you need help with anything, feel free to ask, guys, please. And that's about it. Hope you guys have a beautiful rest of the morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Rinse and repeat. I'm out.